Hello, Your Honor, members of the jury. My name is Aaron Gamez. I will be the defendant. I will be representing AU Hospital. Um, with that being said, it is my intent in this presentation to take the accusation against AU Hospital and break it down into three parts. As I move through these three parts, I will also address them individually with the evidence that is in favor of AU Hospital. So, with that being said, we'll go and move into the first piece. The first part of the accusation reads that AU Hospital provided the PHI or personal health information of Jennifer, the plaintiff, in provided the PHI in response to a subpoena, which was not accompanied by a court order unjustly. This is not a completely accurate statement, although it is true that we were subpoenaed and the subpoena was not court ordered or accompanied with a court order. Uh, it was not unjust. Uh, AU Hospital was approached and was subpoenaed by Blue Cross and Blue Shield. The representation subpoenaed us. Apparently, they're in an ongoing case with the plaintiff over some outstanding co-payments. So here we have an attorney with an ongoing case that needed information which we could provide. And this is how we were subpoenaed. So, in fact, yes, it was not by a court order. However, it was not unjust. The second part states that AU Hospital has failed to determine the reasonable efforts had been made by Blue Cross or Blue Shield to inform the plaintiff of said subpoena. Um, So, as we all know, there are two requirements when trying to subpoena another entity. The first is the person who is the subject of the information about the request must be informed. Uh, this is to provide the individual the opportunity to either object or to willfully disclose the information. So that is the first requirement. Or number two, we have to seek when trying to subpoena, one must seek a qualified protective for the information from the court. We'll be talking about the first state notification. Um, Over the last 5 years, even current, the plaintiff has had a standing policy there as her health insurance provider was the attorney, the representation that represented Blue Cross provided uh, with a log of raging paper for about a year to the contact on file. Some success. We were assured that these, especially the other ones, were in reference to the was being requested. So, running log about um, there's no evidence that a range of information. Likewise, range of Blue Cross and Blue Cross annual policy. So annually they're better. Likewise, there sent health cards, all of which have never been returned back to Blue Cross and Blue Shield, which would suggest that the address on file from Blue Shield and Blue Shield Blue Cross, I'm sorry, Blue Cross Blue Shield, is in fact correct. So I failed to see how AU Hospital neglected their duty to determine that a reasonable effort was made prior to giving up the PHI of the plaintiff. I will submit that it is entirely likely. I mean, it is possible that there was a change of contact information or a change of address, but I would also ask the jury to reflect on this one question. If in fact there was a change of contact information or a change of address, does the member hold any responsibility in providing that information to their own health insurance policyholder, the one that they have chosen? I have my own thoughts on that, but I will leave that up to your thoughts and let you make that decision for yourselves. Excuse me real quick. All right. The third part of the acquisition reads that the plaintiff failed to receive assurance that the seekers of the information, Blue Cross Blue Shield, made a reasonable effort to secure a qualified protective order. Your Honor, what I would like to do now is I would like to humbly submit the, see if I can get it here, qualified protective order, which is signed by United States Magistrate Judge Susan E. Cox. And it reads as such. Number one, the orders as follows. The parties and their attorneys are hereby authorized to receive, subpoena, and transmit protective health information pertaining to the plaintiff to the extent and subject to the conditions outlined herein. And then it goes into the specifics of what those conditions are. So again, all we had to do was request, and we were provided a copy of the qualified protective order. So had the plaintiff wanted to, it would have been very easy to obtain a copy. With that being said, Your Honor, I think I have sufficiently provided evidence in favor of AU Hospital. Hospital is a very reputable, and institution. The company treats all their patients with the utmost dignity and respect that each and every one of them deserve. I believe that concludes my presentation. Know the jury, and you leave all due diligence and check information that I have provided in favor of a hospital decision. With that, God bless America.